Do you really think an E-rank hunter like you could ever hunt us down? You are the weakest of all. And just then we see Jinwoo slice his head off in a single strike. So far we've seen that Jinwoo trained like Saitama and turned his body into something extraordinary, because of which all the nurses in the hospital started falling for him. After that he returns home and starts looking for his next job, where he gets a chance to enter a dungeon with a group. We see that both Yo and Jinwoo are new members in that group, and the group leaves them inside the dungeon to die. And now, moving forward, we see that the group has come back outside. One of the group members says, "Donsuk, why did we come out after all? Couldn't we have just killed them right there?" Donsuk replies, "Are you crazy? If we did that, the spider would have awakened, and we wouldn't have been able to get that mana crystal. I don't know what the world thinks about that E-ranker, but without proper compact training, neither of them can defeat that boss. So, now we wait for them to die, so the spider can fall asleep again, and then we'll retrieve the mana crystals." Then Kyuan says, "Do I have to go in and attack again?" Donsuk replies, "That would wake the spider again, so we'll go in through a new route that I already scouted, and if it does wake up again, we'll have to fight it. But do you remember that Yo kid with the sword and shield? His armor is also worth a lot, so if we can't get the mana crystals, we'll just sell his armor. Let's find out who his father is, at least so we can attend the funeral." Kyuan says, "That blast I made earlier must have really pissed off the boss." Donsuk replies, "You're right, that boss is extremely dangerous, so there's no way those two can survive." Now we see Yo watching Jinwoo move forward and saying, "What are you even thinking? Only someone above C rank can defeat a C rank boss, so you can't beat it. Let's find a way out of here." Jinwoo thinks, "He's absolutely right. Even though I've reawakened and leveled up, I'm still weak. That snake was probably a D rank, and that golem was probably even less. But this boss is definitely way stronger. But for some reason, I don't feel scared in front of it. Have I really become strong enough to stand before a C rank boss without fear? I've now reached level 18, so I should at least try to defeat a C rank monster." And then he attacks it thinking, hunters are summoned for a reason, so the real hunt starts now. Now we see President Go return from his meeting. Someone asks him how he's doing, and President Go says, "These meetings have really exhausted me. You're free for a little while now, so would you like to spar with me? I'm sure it'll make you feel a lot better." Jinwoo thinks, "Its outer skin is really tough, and I haven't been able to do much damage so far. If this keeps up, I'll get too exhausted and my speed will automatically drop. I need to use the power of my dagger and finish this quickly." Meanwhile, we see Jinwoo fighting the monster and thinking. Yo watches and says, "These movements, they're nothing like those of an E-rank hunter. Who the hell is this guy? Wait, does this mean he's a false ranker? I've heard a lot of stories about them. There are very few people who suppress their magic to register as a low rank. They're known as false rankers. And many of them even kill people to protect their secrets." Then he looks at Jinwoo in fear and thinks, "What am I even doing here? Please, Dad, save me." He analyzes the weak spot and starts attacking it. The spider starts spraying acid at him, but Jinwoo narrowly dodges it and thinks, it has another trick up its sleeve. This is getting really hard. If this drags on any longer, I won't be able to hold out. I have to reach it as soon as possible. He starts using his new skill, Dash, which increases his speed dramatically. He charges at the spider at full speed, but the spider's body is too hard and it doesn't get affected. Jinwoo steps back and thinks, if one strike won't do it, I'll just keep hitting it again and again. He repeatedly attacks the spider. Yo watches and thinks, he's way too fast. But does he have the stamina to keep this up? What is he even trying to do? Jinwoo charges again at full speed, but he eventually gets exhausted, slows down, and the spider throws him back. As the spider tries to crush him with its claws, Jinwoo dodges and attacks its eyes, repeatedly stabbing them. With his dagger's special ability, he paralyzes the spider and kills it, and levels up. Jinwoo thinks, good thing I didn't claim the daily quest reward earlier, so I was able to use full recovery again. Yo thinks, I can't believe he defeated the boss alone. He must be a false ranker. Jinwoo then pulls a magical item out of the spider. Yo, now terrified, says, should I pick up this magical gem for you? And I'll also take care of this bag. Here, please drink some water. Then Yo starts breaking the mana crystal on his own. Jinwoo thinks, what's gotten into him now? Just then, Dong-suk's group returns. Meanwhile, we see President Go and the other person fighting in a match.
Dominating.
President Go says, thanks to you, I'm feeling great now. The other fighter says, you're an amazing fighter, sir. President Go replies, I've gotten a bit weaker since my younger days, but your movements have improved a lot, showing how much you've practiced. The fighter says, training may not increase our rank, but it definitely sharpens our body and technique. President Go says, you're right. Aside from our hunter powers, we need to train our bodies and minds because we constantly enter dungeons and sometimes we come across humans who are worse than monsters. Back at the dungeon, one of Dong-suk's group members says, looks like this boss was really weak. Maybe it was the kid's armor that helped him defeat it so easily, but his hands still look weak. So what should we do now, Dong-suk? Dong-suk says to Yo, your armor is seriously impressive. You must have figured it out by now. We keep weaker people around just to make up the numbers so that at the right time, we can leave them to die and take all the loot for ourselves. So if you want to make it out of here alive, you'll have to kill him. And you think that just because this guy defeated the C-rank dungeon boss thanks to his armor, he's dangerous? That means he could be really strong. And if you don't listen to us, both of you will end up dead. Besides, there's nothing to be afraid of, because no one will ever know what happened in this dungeon. Are you, a D-ranker, seriously scared of this E-ranker? Then we see Yo step forward and shield Jinwoo. Dong-suk says, so you're on his side, huh? Fine. Let's start with the weak one. So boys, tell me something. Have you ever killed someone? Right then, Jinwoo gets a new quest. The system gives him a task to kill all 6 of them. And suddenly, Kyuan attacks Jinwoo, knocking him down. Meanwhile, we see a few other hunters talking among themselves about their organizations. Hajin asks, you said you had A-rank dungeon training with Miss Cha. How did that go? Gina replies, that S-rank hunter defeated the monster in just her warm-up. It shocked all of us, but the most shocked was Ki-hoon. He wanted to be the strike team's captain. We're lucky we got to work with major organizations. Otherwise, there are rumors about one team lately that too many of their members keep dying. Meanwhile, Jinwoo thinks, how could I forget? I live in a world where only those who can adapt to situations survive. This world is full of nothing but battles and betrayal, and I've gotten used to it by now. And now the system itself is telling me to kill them. Could it be trying to keep me alive for a reason? This can't be a coincidence. The system wants me to grow stronger. So fine, if the system wants to use me, I'll use it right back. I had forgotten. Everything is taken away from the weak in this world. Then one guy says, looks like the weakling finally understands. Jinwoo replies, so that means you guys know how this world works too? If you're hunters, then get ready to become the hunted. One of them steps up and says, looks like you don't understand what's happening here. Do you really think an E-rank hunter like you can even touch us? You're the weakest one here. And just then, Jinwoo cuts off his head in a single strike, shocking everyone. Dong-suk thinks, was he really overconfident? That guy was a D-ranker. How did an E-ranker kill him? Jinwoo reflects, I've accepted the system's mission. I've just committed murder. But if I hadn't, my heart would have stopped beating. There's no turning back now. And if only the powerful can win, then I'll become powerful. Then 2 people attack him, but Jinwoo uses his speed to paralyze them with his dagger and slashes them both. He quickly dashes toward another enemy and kills him too. Kyuan then charges at him, but Jinwoo dodges and kills him as well. Just like that, he eliminates 5 members. Yo says, he looks even stronger now than when he fought the dungeon boss. Now Dong-suk says, I can't believe it. He killed my whole team in one sweep. That means he was hiding his powers all along. So you're the one who defeated the boss, huh? I may be a C-rank hunter, but I'm far stronger than any of them. Then he activates his magic, thinking, even if he's a monster, after killing the boss and my teammates, his strength must have dropped. He was using his speed and his dagger's special power to kill them. But thanks to my reinforcement skill, my body is now stronger than steel. He won't be able to hurt me. Then he attacks Jinwoo, but Jinwoo says, you may be strong, but I've got bad news for you. I've been leveling up this entire time. Dong-suk thinks, how did he knock me to the ground? Is he actually an A-ranker? Then he starts begging for his life, but Jinwoo says, you tried to kill me 3 A times, and you think I'll let you go? Dong-suk says, you won't get away with this. Jinwoo replies, "Did you forget? You said no one knows what happens inside a dungeon. Whatever happens here stays here." Dong-suk screams, "You crazy kid, do you even know who my brother is?" But before he can finish, Jinwoo decapitates him too. And just then, the quest is completed and the dungeon starts to collapse. Now we see an officer saying, "So according to you, all the C rankers are dead and only the D ranker and E ranker survived? That's really odd. By the way, your armor is really powerful, so you must have been the one to defeat that monster, and you saved this E rank hunter too. Okay, this case is closed." Jinwoo thinks, "I can't believe I got a new skill as a quest reward. Murderous intent. It forces fear into my enemies for 1 minute, cutting their abilities in half." Haiyun thanks Jinwoo, and it starts to rain. Yo asks, "Is everything okay?" Jinwoo says, "I was just thinking. Thank God I gave my sister the umbrella." Bro, literally the moment Jinwoo cut that guy's head off, I was shook. That was the most unexpected thing ever. I knew he'd have to kill them all eventually, but like this? Damn. And the background music? What a vibe. The whole fight was insanely good. Now I'm just thinking, if this is happening in episode 6, what's coming next?